In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to import a test bank that you've gotten from your publisher into Blackboard. So what you want to do is, once you're in the course you want to import the test, you want to go all the way to the bottom where it says Course Tools, and then go to where it says Test Surveys and Pools. Here in this section, you're going to want to go to Pools, and then click on Import Pool. And you're going to browse your computer for that zip file that you should have published from the publisher's website. Only zip files work for importing material into Blackboard. So I have a zip file here, and I'm going to click Submit. Okay, I get this little message saying that my import has been completed. And as you can see, I have here 15 questions. This is the pool that I just imported. It's giving me a date and time stamp. And now to build the test, this is what you would do. We're going to go back to Test Surveys and Pools. And now we're going to go to Test. And we're going to build a new test. Okay, I put a name. You can put a description and instructions if you want to, and then click Submit. And then here in our test canvas page, what we're going to do is reuse a question set. So you have a couple of options here. You can create a question set, which is just going to pick about a couple of questions from each pool if you decide to pick from different pools. You can create a random block, and what that does is you can pick a pool, and then Blackboard will randomize which questions appear for students, or you can manually select which questions you want, and I'll explain all of these. So we'll start with the question set. You get this pop-up window. You're going to choose the pool that you want the questions to come from. And here, if you wanted to, you can manually select which ones you want to appear, or you can just click on them all. So I'm just going to pick these 4 and then click Submit. So from this set, I only picked 4, and what it's telling me here is that from the total of 4 questions, how many from this set do I want to appear? I'm gonna put I only want 2 of these questions from the 4 to appear, because I'm gonna mix the questions. So right now, each question, when I do it through a set or a random set, all questions are worth 10 points. As you can see, total points 20 because I'm only using 2 questions. Now I'm going to create a random block, and it looks very similarly. I'm going to choose from a different pool. I'm going to make sure that I chose a pool, and here at the bottom, question types, I'm going to select all pool questions, and then these are the questions in that pool. I'm going to actually choose one that has more questions. So this one has 50 because I want to be able to choose from a bigger set of questions. So I'm going to click on Submit. And as you can see here, I have a random block, and it looks very similarly. It's telling me that there are 50 questions in total to pick from. How many do I want to show? I'm going to say I only want 6. Submit. Okay, and these are all worth 10 points. And it's going to choose at random from the 50 that are displayed here for every time a student takes a test. And then finally, you have Find Questions. This one's a little different. I'm gonna again just choose a random pool that has a couple of questions. Like this one has a lot of questions. So for this one, I can select all of these questions by clicking here. Or if I wanted to, I can just see the ones that I want. And then just click submit. And these appear as their own individual questions. As you can see, they're not all bunched together, but you can actually see all of the questions. And because I've chosen the questions individually, then I can go ahead and change the points. So if I wanted these questions to now be worth 2 points each, I can do that. So as you can see, I have here, let me just okay, as you can see, I have all my questions here that I've picked up from different pools and put it all into one test. I've made it so that at least my test is worth 100 points, but you can have it set to whatever point value you want it to be, and I click OK. So now that test has been created. And then you just need to deploy the test. So go to a content area, click on test, and then find that test that we just created, new test 2. And then these are just the settings that you want to go through. So do you want to make this test available to students? You do. Do you want to set a timer? You totally can. And just make sure you click that little checkbox. And you want to also make sure you click on auto submit. You can put viewing restrictions as to when the test appears and disappears for students if you wanted to as well. And then here, when do you want them to see the feedback? You can show them right after they've submitted. You can have the test questions appear in a random order. And you can click submit. And now that test is ready for a student to begin. And this is how it looks like to the students.